A very warm welcome to you. Many thanks for joining us on this week's edition of the program. Now, we'll remain your source for all the latest happenings in the world of business. My name is Lucy Lugbe. You are welcome. On our lineup this week, first we join Faith and our guest, Mr. Shola Tinubu, Managing Director, Skip Nigeria and Co. Limited, on the CEO rendezvous for the concluding part of their exclusive interview, where they discussed a wide range of issues ranging from insurance industry capacity and aviation insurance, matters arising, to the insurance industry and the ease of doing business in Nigeria. Speaking during the interview, Mr. Tinubu noted that many insurance companies still shy away from global ratings, yet rated companies command a higher price in the global insurance market. Take a listen.
The difference between an A-rated company and a C-rated company is price. People don't realize that the A-rated company commands a higher price for the same product than the C-rated company. That is the difference in rating. You command a higher price. So when somebody, a client tells you, he tells a broker in UK and says, go to the market and don't get me a business, an insurance company. Don't put my risk in with an insurance company less than
maybe a B+.
B+. Is it that he doesn't want A? He wants A, but he's saying that A may be too expensive for me. But don't go lower than B. So the issue about rating is price.
On this edition also, we will bring you a spotlight report on the Professional Insurance Ladies Association, PILA. Now, PILA has consistently been at the forefront of promoting women issues in the insurance industry. In its almost 50 years of existence, the presidency of the Professional Insurance Ladies Association has been smooth without rancor. Lady Margaret Nkechi Moore is taking over the leadership of PILA and everyone is on board. Check out what these leading lights had to say about the all-female association.
Anybody that cared to listen to me and my team immediately will say good morning to them. We'll ask them for money for PILA building. So the high point for me was when we accomplished the task in 6 months. And I knew that just with God, unity of purpose, agreement of mind, there's nothing that is impossible for anything to achieve. And if you look at it, going to the Bible, the book of Genesis 11, when they spoke one language, they are going to build the towers that will get to the sky before God scattered the language. We were united in love and purpose, aggression and tenacity. Our dreams were made easy, like bread. And we accomplish much more.
The truth of the matter is, without the men also, we can't stand. They are fathers, they've always supported us. They are our husbands, they've also supported us. Even in this fundraising, they've been also very supportive. For some of us who are not yet MDs, we have male as MDs, they've also supported us in our cause. So for it to have taken the shape, also need to also appreciate them for what they've done so far.
Plus, of course, all the other extras we bring you each week on the program. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the lineup. Details in just a moment. Please stay with us.
Premiumbeat.com.
Mr. Tinubu, I just want to ask this question. Given the size of our population, our markets, and all of that, I was at the forums recently and somebody mentioned the fact that if you are in Africa, you are not in Nigeria, it's questionable if you're really on the continent. But my question is, especially when it comes to insurance business, you talk so much about the London market, people coming from all over the world. How is it that Nigeria has not been able to develop this market or this sector to a point where they are like a mini hub in the West African sub-region, for example.
Okay. We're talking now about why Nigeria is not the ease of doing business in Nigeria. That's what you're actually, that's the topic you're moving into, because it's that ease of doing business that ensures that you become a good hub. But let me give you a little example. There was a particular company that has about, maybe at the time, maybe 15 locations in Africa. There are 60%, including Nigeria, 60% or so of their turnover, or maybe 50 or so, 60% was coming from Nigeria alone. But they set up their head office in Kenya for Africa. And people asking them why. They said there are so many things, ease of doing business, etc. But they didn't tell you one that is a bit innocuous. People may not think about it. Because Kenya has a national airline that is operating. From their 15 countries in Africa, they can call a management meeting of the MDs of all those companies. They will fly directly into Kenya, have their meeting, and fly out. From Nigeria, from those 15 countries, people will leave from here, arrive in one country, also in Africa, take off the next night to be able to come to Nigeria. By air, it can take you like
or sometimes you have to even go to Europe to go to come back here.
This is why. Because we couldn't get our national airline right. People don't know that the secret behind Dubai was just a little thing like Emirates. Emirates brought everybody in. So what they're saying is that sometimes I get surprised about where Dubai is when I look on the map. Because I always think that Dubai is like, once you get into the Middle East, Dubai is near Africa. But it's not. Dubai is on the other side. It's on the other side of the Middle East. Right? But you don't know, because what it is that once you get into that plane, it drops you there. And you don't care where you're going all through. So, and that's what it is. That's why people can have an oasis of economy even in Ilorin. And people will come from all over the world and come in there, do their business and go. Right? So you can do that, but you must have the infrastructure to do it. Just an airline alone, a national airline, not an airline that does 2 or 3 locations, then another one does 2 or 3 locations, another one does, some countries doesn't do the rest. But national airlines usually act as their country as a hub, and they just spread out. And that enables them bring business in and take business out. So there are a whole lot of things. I could tell you about all the other things, about power, about all the other things. They affect what we do as well. Because if you can't make this place a hub if you're not going to get those things set in. Okay, then let's look at things like services, insurance in particular. People don't realize that on the side of the insurance balance sheet that they always need to watch. So when you're paying a claim, when they're giving you a price for insurance in Nigeria, they're also factoring in the fact that they have to run generators, buy diesel, and all of that. It must be in that price. And so if you say if the counterpart outside Nigeria doesn't have to do that, and his own is not overhead, is not, you're wondering why is it cheaper there? So there are certain things that we must get right, and if we get them right, many of us will you'll be surprised how much even vulcanizers will charge you a lot cheaper if they don't have to keep running little generators to do their business and things like that. So there's a lot that we have to do as a country, and when we get ourselves organized enough to do it, we will see the reward in so many ways that we do it. Just look at what we did, what happened to us when we got a bit right in the telephone business. It exploded so many areas, so many businesses. Everybody's talking about I have my this thing on Instagram. I have my business on Instagram. Do you know how many businesses now on Instagram? If you didn't do the GSM technology, none of those businesses would exist.
True.
So there's so many things that you get right. And if those things were happening abroad, you say, but abroad, people can just have their business on their phone. But you have to have the infrastructure first. And just that one that we did alone, we even went past America with GSM technology. Because they don't even have the kind of GSM technology that we even have in place here. They're still, it's working for them, and they already had a very robust telecom industry before GSM. But I'm just trying to say that if we need to have those kind of movements in other sectors of our polity as well.
Okay, finally, ST. A lot of companies in Nigeria, and you've mentioned it also in the course of the interview, do not present themselves for global rating. And that has come to the fore as part of the challenge that we have in the market. Why is it so difficult for companies that are here to present themselves for rating agencies so that...
One, it's expensive, it's a cost, but I think it's a cost that can, if you understand the reward, you will see that it's worth doing, even though the reward may not just be instant, because you have people also complain that there's also a sovereign rating for your country that holds you down. That no matter how much you're doing in terms of how well you're doing, your country rating is a cloud over your head. It is, but what you do is you are walking against that cloud. You are up against that cloud, and in some of the cases, I remember, I think it was Standard & Poor's that also did a sort of, that's an international rating agency, but did an internal, country rating, so that at least you can give a relative rating of the parties, so at least you know which one is the best, which one is the last in terms of, but it to be Nigerian A rating, Nigerian B rating, Nigerian what have you, but at least they've gone through that process. One of the benefits of it also, but it's also an issue, is you have to, when you open yourself to rating, they will check everywhere. Nigerians sometimes like to keep their business to themselves, and sometimes it's usually because of governance issues. And governance issues does not mean the far end of absolute corruption, but it's sometimes I want to do my business as I like it. But once you have a governance structure in place, you can't. They will expect certain standards of how you engage. And some businesses don't want to open themselves to that kind of scrutiny. But it's this kind of scrutiny that they need to open themselves to for them to get, rated. And so those are some of the challenges. Then I've seen a couple of companies that wanted to do it, but started asking and doing surveys around that, how much business will you give me?
Because I'm rated.
And the question was very difficult for us as brokers, because the issue is that if you are the only one that is rated, then I can't give you all the business. You still have to give, spread the risk a bit. So it's not going to be just that. But relative to others, if you get a lot more people rated, what happens, and what people do not know, is that the difference between an A-rated company and a C-rated company is price. People don't realize that the A-rated company commands a higher price for the same product than the C-rated company. That is the difference in rating. You command a higher price. So when somebody, a client tells you, it tells a broker in UK and says, go to the market, don't put my risk with an insurance company less than
maybe
B plus. Is it that he doesn't want A? He wants A, but he's saying that A may be too expensive for me, but don't go lower than B. So the issue about rating is price. So if you get people rated, the higher you're rated, the more you'll be able to command a better price, because your rating is talking about, it's a risk rating. And remember, you're selling, that's what you're selling. You're selling security. So someone is saying that your security is higher, so I'd rather give my business at a higher price to this one that has, I can go to sleep, because I know he'll be there, and it's a higher likelihood that he'll be there, and that he'll pay my claims, than somebody who is C. Why is he C? His credit rating is not so good. He's not managing some things as right as the others, etc. But he's still there. He's been surviving for the past 10 years, 20 years, and therefore I can still do business with him. But if I really want to sleep with two eyes closed and even back, it's just maybe I should do an A. But when I have money, I'll go for an A-rated one. So that's what it is, about price. It's really about pricing, and you can command a better price if you do it. But the reasons people are not doing it is governance. Some people just want to do their business, they want to do it, and they want to open up to others. It's very difficult because you have your reporting. You know, people just think that it's my company. I have to do this. I have to open up this. I have to have board directors. Even the type of directors I must choose can't be a director that people will look at it and say, based on this, your rating drops. Even the quality of your directors, the quality of your management, your quality, all that goes into how you are rated. So I can't just take it because it's my brother, it's my sister, it's my cousin, my whatever. It's my company, and I can't employ this. You say, hey, okay, the person is not so good, but don't worry, I want him like that. That's fine, but it will affect your rating as well. So that's also very, very, very important. And one of the things that's very peculiar when you're giving business in this insurance is that you have to understand that even when you take business, you get a big business, even forget international reinsurance, even local. Once you take a business and it's beyond your own capacity, you look for people to share it with. The insurance, the client has given you the business, insure this my factory. But you've taken yours and knows that I need to share it with others. In sharing with others, you look for people who have a higher security than you. It's a very peculiar
within this
Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Yes. You give them. Maybe it's 1, 2 of them that can take the excess. You give them, but you don't look for people who are worse than you, because after you pay that client 100%, you have to come and recover the 30% that you gave these people. If you give someone that is not as strong, you'll be struggling. You'll be trying to chase them. But you give someone who is stronger. In fact, he might have even paid you the 30% before you won't pay the 100% because his goal is fast, is secure. And that's also an issue. It's a very collaborative type of business. It's a business where you want to share business with people who are even doing better than you, than people who are doing worse. It's a very peculiar business.
Welcome back. Moving on, we now bring you our special report on the Professional Insurance Ladies Association. We showcase the leading ladies of PILA who are ever committed to the cause of women in the insurance industry. Happy viewing.
The Professional Insurance Ladies Association, PILA, is the foremost female professional body in Nigeria. It was established in 1973 as an affiliate of the Chartered Insurance Institute of Nigeria, CIIN. PILA, as an advocacy group, promotes gender-related issues, especially equal opportunities for women in the insurance industry. The highest office of PILA is the presidency, which is by succession. PILA, in its almost 50 years of existence, has maintained its succession tradition to the highest office.
Everything takes the grace of God, but if you look at it physically, it's by planning. If you look at the past president, our elders, and constitution that has been put in place, that enables us to actually plan ahead of who the next president will be, the deputy and the VP. So we know who will be stepping into the shoes in terms of succession. And you have 3 categories. After me, we'll have the deputy president and the vice president. They take a period of 6 years to prepare them for the office of the presidency. So succession by our constitution has never been an issue. The constitution and the planning has made it easy for us to have good succession plan, which is executed timely and exactly as are when needed all the time. In my own case, even with the COVID, leadership aborts vacuum. So I was sworn in immediately. Because from our constitution, the mantle of leadership was already pointing at me. So I was prepared. But it had to come earlier because of the COVID and for the fact that the sitting president actually lost a husband then. But since I had been groomed for 6 years, it was an easy task, like a walkover. And I took over immediately, steered the ship for 2 years with my executive members, and I'm now ready to hand over to my amiable deputy president in Margaret Moore.
The mantle of leadership of PILA has moved to Lady Margaret Nkechi Moore, a seasoned composite insurance practitioner with extensive exposure and experience in marketing, underwriting, claims, reinsurance, and insurance broking. She is bringing a wealth of experience to bear as she becomes the 14th president of PILA.
I will start by saying a very big thank you to our president, Mrs. Joyce Ojemudia. In fact, it's like a nightmare imagining myself stepping into her shoes because as president of PILA, because she was an action president, and she did so much within her tenure. So in my tenure, I will really have to strive to do as much as I can. Otherwise, her success will swallow up whatever I'm coming to do. So I have a 10-point agenda. 5 of the agendas are to actualize the initiatives, some of the initiatives we already have, while 5 of the agendas are to make something new, to create something new. I will start with the new initiatives. The first and foremost is that during my tenure, by next year, 2023, PILA will be 50 years old. So we will have a number of initiatives that we will bring up towards marking our 50th anniversary. And one of the initiatives is to write a book on insurance. Book on insurance, of course we have so many books in insurance, but then if we as women are bringing out a book on insurance, I'm sure our husbands, our children will be interested in reading such a book, and by so doing, deepening their knowledge and creating awareness in insurance. Also, we have an annual career talk, career shows that we do, and usually we'll leave gifts with the students. Sometimes we leave exercise books, but leaving a gift of a book on insurance will help those students to have something to read on after that. I want to come up with we are beginning to have so many members who are retiring, so a lot of them are still active. I want to, with my team, we have to set up an annual program where such women that served the association will be appreciated. So we'll be having an annual evening out, a day out with our elderly or our forebearers, people who were there before us. And in so doing, find a way to extract from them wisdom that will help the association to move forward.
The investiture ceremony of the Professional Insurance Ladies Association is usually characterized with glees, glamour, and fanfare. The chairman of the investiture committee speaks.
Just like the 2 previous speakers have spoken, that PILA have a formidable succession plan in place. That has actually helped us in planning towards the investiture ceremony. So about 3 months ago, about 20 women strong investiture committee was put into place by the incoming president, and which I'm chairing. And we have been meeting both physically and virtually. Thank God for what COVID also trusted into our hands, which also made meeting a lot easy for all of us to do and plan towards the investiture ceremony. And aside from that, we also use social media extensively, particularly WhatsApp group, to plan, to discuss, and to reach out to within ourselves. So we also, finance is the major thing that is required for investor apart from the legwork that individuals have to do. So that's one of the major focus of the planning committee. So we task ourselves and we reach out to the entire industry, not just insurance companies. And to the glory of God, we have enormous support from various segments of the industry, various insurance companies. I don't want to mention names here now because we are still going to thank them appropriately when the time comes. Not just insurance companies, like I said, insurance brokers, loss adjusters, then PILA members. PILA members are really, really what would we have?
Supportive.
So very, very supportive to whatever PILA is doing at any point in time. You see somebody as low as 5,000 naira because they just want their own money to be part of what PILA is doing. And it's not just 5,000 naira I'm talking about. We have people who also dropped hundreds of thousands of naira to support this initiative because they believe in what PILA is doing.
PILA, though an all-female association, has often enjoyed the financial support from both genders in the industry.
Fortunately, it hasn't been very easy. But with the grace of God and with the support of members, companies, different organizations, apart from the ones in our industry, people have been supporting us. And God has been very faithful to us. So funds are coming in. As at yesterday, we still have some still coming, and we still hope that even during the program, the event, we still intend to get some more funds. So we want to appreciate everybody who has donated one way or the other. Nothing is too small. We're still on it. The race is ours.
The head social and publicity committee also speaks on the activities of the association.
We're actually gone very far. Like when the chairperson was talking, say 20 powerful women were put together in this committee. And we now have sub-committees that report back to back as we speak. A whole lot of our work is down and done. So we expect that, like you are here today, the other things that are severally within the town, granting interviews to our major people, some people who call ancestors and our elders in the industry. So the work has actually been done. Thank God for the support of our very accumulating president here. It's a team. She kept referring a team and a vision that works together. So together, women will hold ourselves in PILA and we move, and it's been successful. She said to actualization and consolidation, a whole lot has been put down in our team, but we are going to consolidate on what she has done, and as a team, we move.
As the new executives of PILA settles down under the leadership of Lady Moore, many are without doubt that the legacy of PILA will continue to wax stronger.
That's our time on the program this week. Many thanks for being a part of it. Join us again, same time, same station next week for a fresh package. Now, in the meantime, feel free as always to connect with us on all our social media platforms. Don't forget to join us on our flagship Pidgin English radio program, Waiting Insurance They Do Serve, on Niger FM 102.7 every Wednesday by 9:45 a.m., powered by NICOM. My name is Lucy Lube. Until next time, and from the entire crew, it's goodbye.